Hey guys, Dave here from Design Upgrade Pro for H5P, and in this video we're going to look at the drag and drop content type and all of the options available to you in our plugin for drag and drop. Now there is a note up here at the top that says that setting draggable item colors will force opacity to 100%, ignoring the H5P setting. So H5P gives you the option to change the opacity for your draggable items. So here's 2 draggable text items, and here are 3 draggable image items. So if you choose to set these colors for the draggable items over here, the background and text as well as the hover background and text, then that is going to set the opacity to 100% and ignore whatever setting you have in H5P. So just keep that in mind. And then drop zones will retain background opacity and always be white. So all of these white areas that you see here, these are drop zones. You'll notice how some of them, like this one right here, is a darker white and you can't really see through it, whereas this one here is very, very see-through. That's because I've set different opacities to these guys. So that will be retained and these drop zones will be white. You can, however, change the label if you're using labels for the drop zone. So these 3 have labels and then these 2 down here do not. But if you are using labels, then the drop zone label, background, and text are available to you. So for the draggable items, it's pretty straightforward. The background and text color is what you see by default. The hover background and hover text is going to be what happens when you hover over those items. Images obviously is just going to use the background color, not the text color, because there is no text. And then as you go to drag things here, I am also applying the same background color that you have for the draggable items. That's going to be applied into the drop zone when you hover something into that area. But I believe it is about 50% opacity, so it is the same color, but it's just toned down a little bit and you can still see through it. So that's what you see going on here as you go to drop an item into the area. And the drop zone label, background, and text is pretty self-explanatory. That's up here. For anything that has a label, you can change the background color as well as the text color. Also important to note, all of both the draggable items and the drop zones are all utilizing the global border radius and global border thickness from the general design tab. So your drop zones just have a border radius. They do not have an actual border on them. So they'll accept those border radius values and either have rounded corners or not. And then same thing here, but these guys will also use the border. You'll notice there is a border around these guys here. The border is going to be a darkened version of whatever you have set for your background color and your background hover. It's just going to be a darkened version. So there is no option to set that color of the border, but you'll see here it's just a darker version of the green. It would be a darker version of whatever you set this color to here. One other quick thing is this icon up here. We're using the link and link hover colors from the general design tab to change these colors here. By default it's purple, and on hover it's pink, because those are the link colors from the general design tab right here. And that does it for our drag and drop section.